Okay, so let's talk about steroid hormones. This is one of the three types of hormones. So steroid hormones are lipids, basically. So, are made from lipids. So they're lipid soluble. Steroid hormones, if you remember, probably don't, but they're made from cholesterol, which is a type of lipid. Because they are lipids, they are hydrophobic. They don't like water, don't like it at all. So in order for a lipid-soluble steroid hormone to be dumped into the blood and to utilize the blood as a way to get to where it needs to go to have an effect, it can't just go into the blood because it hates water, and blood is mostly water. So it must have a carrier. So steroid hormones are made in the gonads, meaning the ovaries and the testes. And they're also made in the adrenal cortex. So if you remember from the video about glands, we know that the adrenal glands have two parts, the cortex and the medulla. The medulla is neural tissue, the cortex is glandular tissue. And in the cortex is where mineral corticoids, glucocorticoids, and androgens are made. So those are all steroid hormones. So we have our little blood vessel, and we're going to put the steroid hormone has to go into the blood. It's a hormone, but we need a boat. So we got to have some kind of boat that's going to carry this hormone in it. Okay, as long as it's in the boat, it can go through the blood. So it goes through the blood to its target. So if we look at a cell, here's the target cell, and when it gets to this cell, where is the receptor on this cell for a steroid hormone? Well, the receptor is somewhere inside the cell. It could be just inside the cytoplasm, it's in the nucleus, wherever. So it's inside the cell. Because it's hydrophobic, it's lipid soluble, it will just go right through the plasma membrane. Okay? And it will come in through and bind to its receptor in there. So the action here basically is protein synthesis. So that is going to be the response. So a steroid hormone is going to come into the cell and it's going to stimulate the making of proteins. So is this process fast or is this process slow? Well, making proteins is a slow process. Protein synthesis is slow because think about what has to be done to make a protein. You got to have a gene, find the gene, go through transcription, right? And you got to come out and go through translation after you get the mRNA, and then you have to, once the thing is assembled, it's got to go into the rough ER, and then it's like packaged in the Golgi. There's like a lot of steps, a lot of things that have to happen in order to make a protein. So it takes a while. Because it's making proteins, the effect of this hormone has a 1-to-1 ratio between hormone to product. And basically that means you need basically one hormone equals one protein. So this can't be amplified. If we want more proteins, you got to send more hormone. You want 2 proteins, 2 hormones, 3 proteins, 3 hormones, and so on. It cannot be amplified. You have to send more hormone for each protein synthesized. So cannot be amplified. You have to send more hormone for each protein synthesized. So that's how steroid hormones work. Okay, so that's going to be how, things like, progesterone, testosterone, aldosterone, cortisol, estrogen. So all of these are steroid hormones, and this is how their target cell creates its response, making proteins. All right, so next we're going to talk about amine hormones.